Welcome, beautiful ones. This is your personal alchemy masterclass off the back of my new creation, Activate and Elevate, the personal alchemy series. This is really to give you an introduction and understanding and help you make those initial shifts in yourself. Because I wish a lot of my work is actually based around the stuff that I wish that I'd known when I first started out, when I first started working for myself. Because if you're here, you're probably a little bit like me, and you're probably really very much in your head, very much a doer, very capable, and you've literally practiced that all of your life. It is about doing hard work, sacrifice, all of that sort of thing. And when you start to work for yourself, you will quickly realize, whether you want to or not, that you are being thrown into a personal development journey. And it is a bloody beautiful journey when you embrace it. But you can find yourself resisting it because it can feel rather uncomfortable. It can be quite revealing, and not just about yourself, but around stories that you've inherited and behaviors that maybe you thought were serving you, and beliefs around that, and perhaps they're not actually serving you as well as you thought. All of this I say with love, not without judgment or expectation, just to open your lens up to an understanding that actually what you thought was serving you might not actually be serving you. And a lot of us are going around unconsciously. A lot of us are unaware of our beliefs and how that impacts our experience in the world, how we literally respond and see and feel every single damn day. And this is why this work is so important. Yeah. And it's just the most powerful experience to start to reveal this. I also can say that it is an ongoing journey, right? So this work that you get to do in this space is not just for now. This is stuff that is going to impact you for the rest of your life. And you can also come back to this again and again as you see fit. I encourage you to, because we can fall into patterns. We are habitual creatures by nature. And that's quite handy, because can you imagine how much energy we would have to be going around with every day if we had to think about everything that we were doing and saying. However, some of those things that we pick up subconsciously all the time are not really helping us get to where we want to go. So this space isn't a traditional personal development course at all. I don't believe that you're here to be fixed. I don't think anything needs to be fixed, but I do believe that we are here to remember, to reclaim, to unlearn a lot of stuff that we've been conditioned to learn. And again, if you're in this space, you've probably had some insight into this. You probably maybe scratched the surface of mindset and understanding of those lenses that you see the world through. But yet you're probably maybe coming up against some walls. Maybe you're still in your head about it, but actually knowing it and feeling it at a core level of you is just not happening. Which is where this personal alchemy comes in, right? This is where we get to integrate the whole, the mind, body, and the spirit. Alchemy defined really as the art of transformation, not just a change, but a transmutation from one manifestation to another. Energy can never be killed. It just changes, it transforms. So personal alchemy is the inner process of turning the struggle, the pain, the confusion, the patterns, the unhelpful patterns, of course, or stagnation, whatever it is, into more of what you desire. So more connection, clarity, purpose, passion, whatever that looks like for you. Turning this into more of your potential, expanding your opportunities, transmuting more of that shadow into light, of course, or just even integrating the shadow. This is not surface level work. And again, I used to sort of just do enough to tick the box and say, yeah, no, I've looked into that. Okay, I'm aware of that, and not go any deeper because it was uncomfortable. There was a fear around what it would actually bring up. Again, not just about myself, but perhaps my parents or stories or whatever's happened in the past. And this is powerful integration of that. It's not about becoming someone new, but really giving ourselves permission to become more of who we've always been underneath those layers, underneath that conditioning. So I'd love for you to ask yourself, where in my life do I feel like I've been needing to perform or prove rather than just simply be me? This work matters, which is why I go on about it so much, right? We have been conditioned from day dot to look for answers outside of ourselves when really we already have a lot of that inner wisdom. We look to seek approval from others and ignore the approval we need from ourselves. And this invites us back into our own work, our own rhythm, and essentially our sovereignty. Because when you shift your inner world, the external world shifts with you. Now, that doesn't mean that things necessarily change straight away, but how you perceive them, how you use them, absolutely does. So this is really a reminder that the most important work you do, not everyone's really going to see it. And this has been a process for me to really embrace, right? Because the more that I've done that inner work, the more that I have taken that time and put that energy into this sort of work, the more I've realized this is the real work. And I think it's one of those things that you don't truly believe until you start doing it. So this helps you really start to shift into that true essence of yourself. But not just that, but trusting the true essence of yourself more fully, even if no one else understands. And so from this work, you get more depth, where you get to tap into the part of you that's ready, activated, willing, curious to be more of themselves. And each training in this little series I've created offers insight, inner inquiry, and emotional resonance. No fluff. No more fluff. It's real. It's no filler. It's allowing for those spaces and not having to fill it all up and know all the answers. This is an invitation to feel, to reflect, to really dive into this journey in a bigger way. You don't need it to have it all figured out to be able to move forward. Again, a big lesson that I learned, that you can actually do this work, whatever that looks like for you, and still be serving your people, making an impact. And more often than not, it's actually about things we let go, that we can lay down, release, whatever you want to call it, so we can move forward into what's next. So the trainings in this series include 5 key trainings. First one being bridging the gap from where you are to where you want to be. And we get to start meeting the version of you who's been waiting to emerge. And you can start to give yourself permission for that version of you to come out and to play. Okay, guys, I'll leave it at that for now. See you later.